Annual Amazon Indigenous Games. Convened on time. Each tribe has its own phalanx. They entered the venue with sonorous steps, show the outside world the style of the mysterious tribe. Brilliant fireworks exploded in the sky, make the night sky colorful. The atmosphere of the venue reached a climax. This is the first time for many indigenous people to see fireworks. His face is full of novelty and surprise. The sports meeting will officially start tomorrow. Each of them will do their best. Layat is one of the invited tribes. It's hard to imagine that they still rely on drilling wood to make fire. Starting a fire is an important step in making latex balloons. Cut the bark first. Collect some white lotion. Then put it on the fire. Change its characteristics. When the viscosity reaches a certain level, can be blown. Just like the pig cannon we played when we were kids. Loyats also like ball toys, but blowing this requires skill and patience, because it will explode if you are not careful. Although it failed, but they won't be troubled by it. Instead, it made everyone laugh. During the festival every January, men play games crazily every day. No wonder Brazilian football is so good. It turns out that even primitive tribes are popular. This kind of ball is homemade from latex. Although it is solid, very flexible. Whether it's with the head or kicking, the effects are very good. The captain led the team to participate in the last sports meeting and also achieve excellent results. The organizing committee awarded a medal. He wore it around his neck like a necklace and named it a piece of iron. Ever since I saw a tug of war in a competition, Loyats are deeply enamored with this sport. They believe tug of war shows male strength and also enhances collaboration, enhance friendship. So I practice hard every day. She will also study and discuss technical essentials together. As the saying goes, hard work pays off. They won the championship last year. This year is also bound to win. Every man wants to go to the competition. However, funds are limited, insufficient places. For the sake of the honor of the tribe, only the strongest warriors can be selected to compete, as long as it can be proven. The Loyat tribe is the most powerful Indian. No matter who is sent, they all obey the arrangements. The Motish tribe 4,000 kilometers away. That's what I thought too. Their territory, located in the dense forest on the border of Brazil and Peru. It also belongs to the primitive Yuxi tribe. They rely on blowpipe technology to kill their prey. Slender arrows coated with tree frog venom can cause nerve paralysis in prey. The 4-meter-long blowpipe can effectively shorten the shooting distance. A dark blue passed. The prey fell to the ground. Archery is not the strong suit of the Motis, but in order to achieve good results in the sports meeting, the tribesmen practice diligently every day. This is far from the venue of the sports meeting, thousands of kilometers away. So, they became the only tribe to fly to the competition. Air tickets will be paid for by the event organizer. They've never been on a plane, so it is inevitable that I will feel a little uneasy. Like the notes, Matty's people are also keen on football. Even if it rains heavily, it can't extinguish the children's enthusiasm. First contact with the Martis tribe in 1976, well known to the outside world. Half a century, they received a lot of assistance. I also learned a lot of practical techniques in order to protect primitive tribes. The government contact stations have been set up in many villages. 1630 South. Brazil becomes a Portuguese colony. The official language of Brazil is Portuguese. This man is the only contact person in the village. He was bitten by a poisonous snake when he was a child. He was sent to Manaus Hospital and stayed there for several months. In addition, he's diligent and studious. Gradually mastered Portuguese. By asking, they learned the departure time and route. The other side, the Loyaters did the same thing. There is also a young man in their village who can speak Portuguese, can also act as a translator during the game. Everyone in the village, men, women, old and young, all have the same hairstyle because they think this hairstyle is handsome and cool. So it became the symbol of the Loyats. Going out this time, other Indians definitely discuss their hair, so we must improve our personal image. The most important thing before departure is to dance the phantom dance. Through conversations with the spirits of our ancestors, I pray that this expedition will achieve good results. The next day, 26 strong men set off by boat. The assault boat was lent to them by a farmer from a nearby estate. The condition is that they must build a road when they come back. At the same time, the Matisses also set off. They ride on a motor-driven wooden boat. 2 days on the Itui River. Just arrived at the ferry at Tabatan's house. This is the border with Colombia. It's where they take the plane. The Matisse people brought a lot of blowpipes on this trip. There are also a lot of exquisite handicrafts, because they rarely use currency, so I have to bring some good things to sell. Only then can I exchange some money to buy gifts for my relatives. Cement road in the city. It's not as soft as a forest path, so men are forced to buy shoes to wear, no matter what you say. The first time I put on shoes I felt awkward. Later stage, there are many handicrafts in the specialty shop next to the lobby. They are all imitated by their tribe. I didn't expect it to be so expensive. On the plane, they tried the cake. Yeah, it tastes not bad. At the same time, loiterers have been riding the bus for 4 days, but everyone is still in high spirits, extremely excited. The venue of this sports meeting, located in Sagaruga branch. The team is getting closer to the destination. The venue is under construction in full swing. Just like the Olympics, each year, a city is selected for the Aboriginal Games. Not only can it enhance cultural exchanges among tribes, it can also take the opportunity to develop the local tourism industry. The Loyats arrived yesterday ahead of the Motis. I met them as soon as I got off the car. Although the two tribes are more than 1,000 kilometers apart, the language and culture are completely different, but they still greeted each other with smiles like brothers. Warm greetings. The houses in the sports village are all straw huts. This is more in line with the living habits of the indigenous people. If you put them in a high-rise building, they won't get used to it, as long as it can protect you from wind and rain. Plus a hammock. Aboriginal people can sleep peacefully. Handmade necklaces brought by Matisse people. It quickly attracted the attention of acquirers. Based on the principle of no deception, both parties negotiate the price, seal the deal. The Loyats were playing panpipes and applying oil paint, most of them from birth to death. I've never worn a top in my life, even the pants. I was also forced to wear it at the request of the main team. They usually only shave a little bit in the village. Loyats prefer red and black colors. After painting, they are the most handsome boys in the sports village. I have to go out and show off, because the eating time of the indigenous people is not fixed, so the restaurant is open all day. You can eat and drink as you go. Their favorite food is corn and honey. Bread and milk will do just fine. It's getting dark. The opening ceremony is about to begin. A total of 34 indigenous tribes participated this year. More than 1,200 people. The organizer provided them with basic necessities, food, housing and transportation. If it weren't for the sports event, some tribes separated by thousands of miles, maybe we'll never meet. At the opening ceremony, they sing and dance, passionate and unrestrained. Show yourself to the outside world. Own tribal style. Most tribes have their own unique language, unique hunting tools and musical instruments. There are also totems that symbolize cultural inheritance. Dazzling fireworks show push the atmosphere of the venue to a climax. Every warrior is looking forward to showing off their talents. Tomorrow, what is unexpected is that it rained heavily the next day. The passion last night was completely poured out. Stormy surprise, sudden drop in temperature. The organizers had to move them elsewhere. The whole venue suddenly became empty. They were eventually placed in a very large gymnasium. The loiterers didn't sleep well all night, catching up on sleep at the moment. Fortunately, we have food and shelter. Everyone is happy with things. There is no way now. Can only wait patiently. Sunny after rain. The sun finally showed up after 2 days. Tournament starts randomly. The first game is an archery competition. Fish eyes are equivalent to 10 rings. Shoot to get the highest score. Fish comes second. The fraction of a fish's fin is only half that of a fish's eye. Without further ado, start drying directly. The target is standing 100 meters away. It's already pretty good if you can hit the target. a tribe sent female generals to join the war. He shot out an arrow right in the middle of the fish's eye. The contestants were stunned to see. The audience also applauded and cheered. It seems that the champion of this project must be him. The Motis bows and arrows were heavier. Being able to hit the target can be regarded as saving face. The note sent out their most accurate young men. He shot out an arrow, pricked above the fish eye. Although I dare not say that it is possible to pierce the young with 100 steps, but it's okay to be the runner-up. No one expected that there would be a female dark horse this year. Got second place. They were also convinced. At the same time, the boating project on the beach is in full swing. Everyone is like half a pen and half a bowl. In their hearts, happiness is always more important than grades. Marathon is a mixed race for men and women. As long as you can persist to the end, everyone is good. Afternoon. The most important tug-of-war game among the Loyats is about to be held, but suddenly bad news came from the contact station. There is a respected elder in the tribe. Sudden illness. Every one of them has an anxious look on their face. I want to go back as soon as possible to dance and pray for the patients, drive away evil spirits. But there's no point in being anxious. They couldn't find the return bus. I can only wait in the lobby. The tug-of-war is the highlight. Every team wants to be first. As the whistle blows, the men tried their best. Drag your opponent to your side. It's like holding victory in your hands. The note who could not return. Why don't you come and join the competition? Otherwise, wouldn't all the usual practice be in vain? As the saying goes, turning grief into strength, the depressed note warrior, in urgent need of a hearty victory to boost morale. Every one of them worked hard, until the opponent is pulled over the limit. After 1,000 games, the top 4 were decided. Let's fight for the championship and runner-up tonight. Matty's people used shells to make earrings, used fish bones to make nose rings. There are many exquisite necklaces hanging around the neck. Their special costumes are eye-catching. Became a celebrity in everyone's eyes. Someone nicknamed them jaguars. But the Matty's people didn't like it very much, because they think jaguars are their prey. The hunter is 100 times more ferocious than the prey. The last event in the afternoon is the wind-blowing competition. This is almost tailor-made for Matty's people. At the sports meeting, their tribe is the only one who is good at this skill. The competition becomes a show. Matty's people make shooting needles on site. Its accuracy depends on the length of the tube and the shooter's eyesight and lung capacity. 20 meters left and right. They can almost hit the spherical target accurately. The holy fire is almost burning. The closing ceremony is tonight. The tug-of-war competition is about to determine the champion and runner-up. The Loyaters know their opponents are not to be underestimated, so everyone must try their best. This victory was hard-won. The sand beneath my feet almost turned into a trench. How many days and nights of hard practice? Only then did he have the proud achievement of winning the championship again. Every Loyat warrior is very proud, facing the camera, showing off a strong physique and the cohesion of unity. After excitement, they are still thinking about the condition of the tribal elders. It just so happens that the minibus is also about to leave. The satellite splash note. I didn't even have time to receive the trophy. Just leave in a hurry. Other winning tribes came on stage to receive their awards. Matty's performs well in blowpipe competition. Also received a trophy shaped like a map of Brazil. Before going home, they decided to go to the beach to play. In Port Gulu, facing the Atlantic Ocean. It is a beautiful seaside town. 500 years ago, this is where the Portuguese colonists landed in Brazil. The period of black history has gradually passed away with the wind, and hundreds of primitive indigenous tribes in the Amazon basin, but they continue their traditional culture to this day. Because preserving traditions is not only about honoring ancestors, it is also about the land under my feet that gives birth to myself. Express the highest respect